Igbo Area TV on Igbo.
Hello, welcome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click on the bell icon to get our updates immediately it drops.
Why herders, that is Fulani herdsmen and all who are involved in cattle business, prefers the Southeast, find Southeast farms attractive for their business and moving their cattle. According to former Chief of Army Staff General Ihejirika, he said the cause was because people of the Southeast do what we call selective and isolated farming methods. He said it made their farm attractive for cattle to graze upon in the Southeast region. General Azubuike Ihejirika said this during an inaugural economic empowerment event by Amaba Daughters Association in Esukwuato local government area of Abia State. During the occasion, 8 women and 2 men were empowered financially by the women to start businesses of their choice. While addressing them, Ihejirika said, "We, the Igbos, have abandoned farming for several years for other threats, and our farmlands are turning to forests, and that is why the cattle did not see the farmland as farms but as forests," pointing out that only when the farms were cultivated in large quantities or as cooperatives that the cattle would shun destruction. I believe that if in our communities in the Southeast people come together, do a large, sizable farming and make their farms in form of cooperatives and not isolated small farms like the families do, small scale farming, the cattle will not find these farms attractive, or the herders will not move their cattle into this farm. But if they farm in communities or as cooperatives, they should also be able to relate with herdsmen who have already organized themselves also in the form of cooperatives, he said. So, you know what the former Chief of Army Staff during Jonathan's time is trying to say? That these days we have abandoned farming for other threats. We, the Southeasterners, don't take farming any serious again like we do before. So, he said if we are serious about farming and do it in large scale, the farmers wouldn't move. They understand what it is. But because we do it in smaller space, they don't see it as farm. And even most of the time, they see it as just bushes, and the herders move their cattle. Meanwhile, he made a point, but that is not an excuse anyway. Of course, we will advise our people to take farming serious. It is a good venture, but then it is not an excuse for herders to move their cattle anywhere. I think this is 21st century. A modern way to do cattle business is have ranches. Yeah, keep them in ranches. Nomadic farming is no more, it's fading away. Even if you are to move your cattle about or graze them, they should have an enclosure, a kind of a space, confined space that they will not encroach on people's space, on other people's farm. So this is not an excuse that we are operating a small scale farming, and as such, they had to encroach or, pretend as if they don't know it's farmlands and move their cattle to destroy it. Igbo leaders send strong message to Buhari over Biafra. Igbo leaders have sent strong message to President Muhammad Buhari regards the struggle of Biafra in the Southeast zone. They advised the president to avoid making regrettable mistakes in dealing with the Biafra issue in Southeast zone. Here is what is contained in Ohakim's message to the president. He said Buhari should not make the same mistake of the Britain when they were dealing with the Northern Ireland. Because of its security implications, all I would like to say here is to advise our present political leaders to avoid the mistake the British made in Northern Ireland. According to him, in Northern Ireland, the British made a mistake that can be avoidable. He said they fell into the trap of believing that because they had the power, weapons, soldiers, and experience that dwarfed those of the insurgents in Northern Ireland, it did not matter what the people thought of them. According to history, Britain couldn't defeat Northern Ireland insurgents for more than 20 years. Peace negotiation did the magic. It wasn't war. He cited an example during the time when Yar'Adua was president of Nigeria. He heeded the advice and succeeded with Niger Delta militants. His amnesty program worked. Yes, the Yar'Adua amnesty program did the work, not war. Yes, amnesty program by Yar'Adua. Buhari can learn from that. Leadership is essentially a selfless and more often than not, a thankless enterprise with a price to pay. Oftentimes the price is heavy, as in the case of Mandela. Ordinarily, it should be taken that with the abundance of human resources at the disposal of the country, Nigeria should be able to record quantum leap in development. Imagine a number of great brains and human capital across the globe who are Nigerians, yet back home, the fate of the country is determined and defined by individuals, and there are obvious square pegs in round holes. About 40 million Nigerian youths are unemployed. There is a 30% increase in the rate of divorce. Nigeria has the largest extreme poverty population in the world at the moment, with 87 million living in extreme poverty. Amazingly, Nigeria has a murder rate of 9.85%. In the area of environment, the annual rate of deforestation in Nigeria today is approximately 4%, which about 400,000 to 450,000 hectares per year. Nigeria therefore has the highest rate of deforestation in the world. Again, we are now faced with rapid desert encroachment affecting 15 states in Nigeria. For example, out of 909,890 kilometers square of our country's land area, about 600,000 kilometers or 65.94% of our total land area is today completely lost to desert encroachment. So the government is advised to channel the energy at the right places. There are a lot of things to be done than just, looking for protesters who are peaceful in the southeast region and trying to clamp down on them. Money can be spent on the right things, not fighting peaceful protesters. So the government is advised to stop fighting peaceful protesters. But here are some other reasons the government should not also ignore them. By saying the government should not ignore them doesn't mean the government should fight them, but the government can call them to the table and discuss. So here are some reasons cited why the government should not ignore them. One, they said over 70% of the people of the old eastern region, Igbos and the minority tribes inclusive, are clamoring for Biafra independence and have been convinced by Nnamdi Kanu that Biafra liberation is their only hope. It is to the extent that many have willing to work to see that Biafra comes to pass. The second reason, they said the president should see what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu achieved in just a short period. That is enough for the president not to ignore them. He said Igbos in diaspora organize and stage protests in South Africa, Japan, Spain, Germany, and many other countries, as well as celebrating May 30th, which is Biafra Day, which is also recognized in Atlanta, Georgia, by Igbos and people who believe in Biafra. Another third reason is the embarrassment of some Nigerian top wigs in Germany. Once again, the number 4, the 30th May Biafra sit at home is widely acknowledged and observed in the Old Eastern region than the October 1st Nigeria Independence Day. The struggle has gained both local and international recognition and not to be ignored. There are several other reasons why this group and the Biafra movement cannot be ignored. We'd like to endeavor to state your own opinion about this. We'd like to know what you think about it. Thank you.
We have been saying this, and a lot of Igbo platforms have been hammering on it. Akulueuno, Akulueuno, Akulueuno. And here, a veteran Nollywood actor, Sendobi, hammers on the same thing. And not just hammering on it, he is practicing it. Invest in your root, actor Sendobi says as he flaunts country home. Look at this, what this guy did in his hometown. Veteran Nollywood actor Sendobi flaunts his beautiful country home on social media. The veteran actor is an Ogwa man from Baitoli in Imo State. Sendobi enjoins every one of us to remember our roots and invest in them. Oh, see these beautiful photos of his beautiful country home in Mbaitoli in Imo State. Enjoy this view. Wow, this is great. You know, there are properties, not just that you built something like this, but you built in a place you can't lose them. I've never heard that someone lost his country home from where,
from where he hails from. That is why we tell Igbos, invest in Southeast. You can hardly lose your investment. Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.